Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again for another Blu-ray DVD update video for you guys today. It's been about like 3 or 4 weeks since my last update. I have a nice size stack of stuff here to talk to you guys about today. And please forgive my voice. I'm coming down with like a cold like I had for the last couple of days now. And like my throat's all like congested. My nose is all the same way. And I've been coughing constantly. So please forgive me during this this video. I'm going to be trying to take my time with it. I can't speed through it or anything like that. But if you guys like my videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Share it around on Facebook and Twitter if you guys enjoy my videos whatsoever. But yeah, also drop a comment down below. Let me know what kind of cool stuff you guys have been doing lately. But the first one up over here I have to talk to you guys about today is from Scream Factory. And I love Scream Factory lately, man. They've been putting out a lot of really cool stuff. And especially this one right here. The first two are part of like a franchise of movies that I absolutely love. And this one right here is the collector's edition of Poltergeist 2. This one right here is just a really, really fun movie, but you get new commission artwork right over here, which I think looks fantastic. And of course, the flip side artwork is the original artwork that I remember seeing on the the VHS back in the day. But if you guys don't know Poltergeist, man, Poltergeist 2 picks up right where the original classic left off. That was directed by Tobe Hooper and produced by Steven Spielberg. Carol Ann, the little girl, and her family have found a new place to live and are now praying to God that these spirits and demons or what have you are not going to come find them again. But guess what? They're back, and trying to get Heather O'Rourke's character of Carol Ann and possess her body and just take her, and this is them dealing with the problem again. And I always loved this sequel. I thought it was a lot of fun. Of course, they get all the original cast members back for this one. And what I really wanted to see on this Blu-ray is what kind of special features is what Scream Factory was going to bring us, because other editions they didn't really have a whole lot. They had like a little making of or like a trailer. I wanted to see what Scream Factory was going to bring with a new collector's edition. But on here we get a new 2K scan of the film. Looks really, really nice here on Blu-ray. A new audio commentary by the producer and the writer on here. You also get a commentary track by like a Poltergeist superfan that has like a website dedicated to the Poltergeist movies. It's an interview with Oliver Robbins, the kid that played the young brother Robbie in the movie, and talking about his experiences making part 1 and part 2 and how it was being a little kid making a horror movie back in the day, which was kind of cool. You also get interviews in here by the special effects makeup artist and stuff, because in these Poltergeist movies they use practical effects. It wasn't like how it is now. Everything is pretty much done on computers and all that kind of CGI shit. This is back when filmmaking was actually super cool. And of course you get theatrical trailer TV spots and stuff like that on here, and I believe all the special features were made by Red Shirt Pictures, and I always loved Michael Felcher and how he presents his special features in this company. It's just a really, really great presentation here. But next up over here from Scream Factory, also we can't have part 2 without having the collector's edition of Poltergeist 3 here on Blu-ray, of course with the new commission artwork and everything like that. And of course the original one right over here from the VHS covers and stuff like that. But in this one, it takes place of course after number 2, and the family of number 2 takes Carol Ann and moves her into the city, I believe it's Chicago, to live with her aunt and uncle in this high-rise apartment complex, just to get her away from all this craziness that has been following her around, and seeing if maybe this little girl will be okay. But as soon as she moves to Chicago, a big city, living in this big complex, the demons are after her again, and her aunt and uncle are going, whoa, my God, what the hell is going on here? I always thought this one was actually a pretty decent sequel. I don't like it as much as number 2, but like it's one of those movies that you could have a drinking game watching. Because they say the little girl's name Carol Ann like 50 million times in this movie. So every time they say Carol Ann, take a shot, and by the end of the movie you're gonna be shit faced. You can be like, blah, 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 what? kind of thing. But on this Blu-ray right here, you get a new 2K scan of the film, just like the second one. A new audio commentary track by the director Gary Sherman. New audio commentary by the superfan of the Poltergeist movies on there too. And you get a new interview in here by Nancy Allen, the lady that played Carol Ann's aunt in this movie. She was also in Carrie. TV spots and the theatrical trailer and some more interviews from the special effects makeup artists and things. But if you're a fan of these Poltergeist movies, I definitely recommend an upgrade, to the Scream Factory ones, especially if you're a super fan, because I really love those movies. And next up over here from Paramount is a sequel to a movie that I wasn't really a big fan of, and I got this to review and stuff. And this is Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. And this is, of course, the part 2 to the Jack Reacher franchise, which is based on a series of books. And in this one, Jack Reacher's friend that he's always had but never met in person, and that he's always talked to on the phone, is being framed, for like a murder or something really bad's going on, and now Jack Reacher is being framed, for something, and it's those two friends trying to get together to try to prove their innocence and try to figure out what the hell they're going to do. And this movie was just kind of a real generic. It felt like a rushed project. It looks amazing on 4K. Don't get me wrong. This is a new 4K edition of the film, but it's just this franchise is just not one of those ones that I see myself wanting another sequel. You know what I mean? With people asking for another a Jack Reacher movie. I like Tom Cruise. I like him in the Mission Impossible movies. Jerry Maguire was cool, but you know what I mean? It's just kind of the franchise to me. It's just kind of it's not really there. I don't really see. Why, I don't know. It's not, I don't know. It just wasn't amazing to me. But on this Blu-ray right here, of course, you get on location footage, on location video, because they shot some of the movie in Louisiana. Of course, interviews with the cast and crew and stuff like that on here if you're a fan of the film. I don't know. It just felt like some stuff I've seen before that just really wasn't super special in my opinion. But next up over here from Disney is one of my favorite animated films of all time, and that is Pinocchio. The signature edition here. This is, of course, the second time this movie's been released on Blu-ray. This one right here with a handful of new special features. I'm not really going to talk about the movie itself because a lot of you guys out there probably already know, about this little wooden puppet boy, wooden puppet that comes to life, that wants to become a real boy, and his mission to do so, pretty much. And but on this Blu-ray right here, you get all the original special features that you got on the previous editions of the film on DVD and the other Blu-ray and stuff. But you get 5 new or 4 new special features on here. One is short interview clips with Walt Disney himself, just talking about the making of the movie. And there was also a special feature on here talking to new music artists, musicians, and trying to perform a song from the film, and them behind the scenes of them doing it, recording it, and them showing the music video and stuff, which I thought was kind of interesting. And there's one special feature on here when Walt Disney was talking and other animators, and a little documentary they had on here. They were talking about Treasure Island. Where Pinocchio goes and he turns into a little bad boy and doing all this bad stuff. They originally were going to call that island, they were going to call it Pleasure Island, but they were originally going to call it back in the day Booby Island. Booby Island. I can understand why they were doing it back in the day, but they weren't, thinking in today's standards. But I thought that was kind of funny how they were talking about that on here. But if you're a fan of Pinocchio, this new Blu-ray looks fantastic, on my television. It's just one of the greatest animated films of all time. Also, the second feature-length animated Disney film ever made. The first one being, of course, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So if you're a fan of Pinocchio, I just want to let you guys all know about the new signature edition that's out now on Blu-ray. And guys, next up over here from Universal is a movie starring Emily Blunt. I didn't really know anything really much about this movie until I got it to review, and that is The Girl on the Train. And it's about this girl played by Emily Blunt who always takes a train to go home and takes a train to go to work every day. But as she's on this train, she's always looking in people's houses. You know what I mean? Because it goes to little neighborhoods and stuff, and she's always looking into different people's houses and wondering what each of these people are doing in their lives, and like making stuff up in her mind, and what they're doing and how they live, and like what they do for a living, and how many kids they have and how they got those kids, and like all this kind of stuff, because she has an overactive imagination until one day there's this person that just all of a sudden is not there anymore, and she thinks this person got murdered. You know what I mean? Because she's completely up out of her mind, and the movie takes a really weird turn there, and I don't know how to explain it anymore without like ruining things for you, but it's like a really weird, like mind-bending suspense movie, which is, I mean, it's kind of like, it's really kind of hard to explain. I thought it was really kind of entertaining and kind of weird at the same time. Emily Blunt in this movie is just really creepy and over the top, and I thought she was amazing in this film. You also get Allison Janney in here from the TV show Mom. I always think she's really, really cool. But if you guys like like weird suspense movies, definitely give this one a shot. I thought it was actually kind of cool. And on this Blu-ray, you get some deleted scenes and extended scenes, feature-length commentary by the director, and of course the making of featurette on here. And next up over here from Lionsgate is a new Nicolas Cage movie called USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage. And this one right here is actually based on a true story about the USS in Indianapolis and their crew of like 800 or 900 guys that are going on this mission during World War II, and their ship gets bombed and sinks into the ocean, and it's them trying to survive in shark-infested waters. And it kind of turns into like a deep blue sea, not deep blue sea, an open water. The movie Open Water, where like these two people are in the water trying to survive and trying to like stay alive with all these sharks all around them. And this one right here is about all these guys in the army or navy or whatever it is in the water after their ship gets bombed by the Japanese or whatever it was, and them trying to survive and everything like that. But they didn't know they also had something on their ship that the government gave them to bring, to fight the war with. But you have to watch the movie to find out what happens. But like, I thought it was kind of cool for what it was. You know what I mean? Because Nicolas Cage could be in some really weird movies sometimes, but in here it was actually kind of decent. Some of the special effects during like the war scenes felt kind of cartoonish a little bit, like I was watching a video game. But like other than that, I thought it was really kind of entertaining. You get a making of featurette on here, which I thought was cool. But if you like Nicolas Cage and you like shark movies, you guys might get a kick out of this one. But next up over here from Lionsgate also is a movie starring Renee Zellwellweger and Keanu Reeves, and that is a movie called The Whole Truth. This, of course, is the Blu-ray edition of the film, and it's about Keanu Reeves' character, who's a lawyer, and his case that he's dealing with in this movie is about this young boy that supposedly killed his father in cold blood with a knife right to his chest, and it's him trying to prove his client's innocence, but at the same time kind of has ties into into this family also and everything like that, and is trying to figure out what the hell really happened. I thought this movie was kind of sort of generic, but kind of fun movie to watch, at least for like a one-time kind of thing. And because you get Jim Belushi in here playing the father that gets killed in flashbacks and things like that. And I don't know, it's one of those movies that you watch, you're like, oh, that was kind of cool, but you never kind of want to go, you're probably never going to see it again because it's not that great. But like, it was kind of a cool movie because it's mostly a courtroom drama, movie that, with flashbacks trying to like show you how the father died, why did the son supposedly want to kill his father, and all that kind of stuff. And it was actually kind of decent for what it was. But yeah, that's The Whole Truth here on Blu-ray. And next up over here is a new horror film, or psychological horror film called The Monster. And this one right here is about this mother and daughter who are really kind of dysfunctional, and it seems like the daughter, like every weekend, every other weekend, has to like go live with the father and then go back with the mother. It's like one of those kind of things. And in this movie, at the beginning of this movie, the mother is taking the daughter to go see the father, in this really dark, really weird kind of road. And during this ride to go see the father, their car hits a wolf in the middle of the road and kills it and wrecks their car, and they get stuck in the middle of this dark wooded area, and it's them trying to survive the night, trying to figure out what they're gonna do, how they're gonna have to call a tow truck. but yet there's a dead wolf in front of them, and all of a sudden it's not there, and it's just, it turned into like a really weird, creepy kind of movie. I don't want to ruin anything for you, but it was actually kind of cool. You know what I mean? For an indie horror flick, I thought it was really kind of cool, but like not a whole lot of cast in it. But it was just a really fun kind of psychological thriller film that I really liked, to be honest. That's the Monster here on Blu-ray. You could also get a behind-the-scenes featurette on here. All right, everyone, and next up over here from Warner Brothers is a new 4K edition of The Accountant over here, starring Ben Affleck, who I always thought was an amazing actor. In this film, he plays this freelance accountant who's really good with numbers and always works with the most dangerous criminals in the world, but yet he's autistic and stuff, and it's pretty much him. He's also really good with a gun and really good at kicking people's butts. And he's in there doing, accounting work, for some of these really bad people. And sometimes when he uncovers certain things, those certain people don't like that and come after him and people that he knows. And this is pretty much him trying to protect himself and the people that the person or people, that he loves. That's all I can really say about this film, synopsis-wise, without ruining stuff. But I thought this movie was actually kind of really good. You know what I mean? Especially for Ben Affleck, as a character, this character that he's playing in here was actually a really engrossing character. Like, I liked him in this movie. It was actually really, really good in this movie. But you also get Anna Kendrick in here playing an accountant also that's, helping him out on, one of these cases or whatever. And she gets in trouble and a bad guy's after her, and it's pretty much Ben Affleck trying to help her and stuff like that. It's actually a really decent, fun movie. You also get, what's his name, J.K. Simmons up in here. J.K. Simmons and John Lithgow. It's just a really well-rounded cast. And Ben Affleck, man, really does shine in this movie. And this movie looks amazing on 4K with the deep blacks and the HDR. But if you're a fan of Ben Affleck, I really do recommend this movie for you guys, at least for a nice acting piece. But on this Blu-ray right here, you get, of course, your making of special featurettes, a handful of them up on here, theatrical trailer and stuff like that. But if you're a fan of Ben Affleck and a fan of just good movies in general, like really well-made movies that make you think all the way through, this one right here would be for you, man. I absolutely love this one. I can't recommend it any higher. And next up over here from Paramount is Season 3 of Broad City. This is a show I don't watch on television because I don't really watch TV shows consistently on television at all. And I usually wait for like DVDs or Blu-rays to come out. But man, this show is amazing. It's not like a show you can really explain because it's just like each episode is something different. It's about these two friends, Abby and Leanna, or I keep forgetting the other girl's name, Abby and Leah or something, and their adventures that they have living in New York because they're two girls, cute girls, going out on the streets. They have, really, big characters, like they always talk over the top and things like that. One of them works at a gym. The other one kind of goes from job to job. And it's just all the weird shenanigans that they get to, like going out on the streets and just messing around and living their lives. It's just a really fun, funny show. It's kind of like, we're Workaholics, but with two girls. But yeah, guys, these two girls in the show, Abby and Leanna, or Leon, whatever her name is, are absolutely amazing in this show. I absolutely love it. I can't recommend it anymore. But next up over here from Welgo USA is of course, a sequel in the franchise of films that I absolutely love. Well, the fourth one in the franchise is not really my favorite, but this is the fifth one, and that is Phantasm, Ravager on Blu-ray. This one right here stars, of course, Michael A. Baldwin from the original Phantasm movie, and of course we get Reggie Bannister back yet again, and Angus Scrimm in his final appearance as the tall man in this film right here. And this one right here, I believe, takes place like a decade or so or more after the fourth film. Reggie Bannister is still just wandering the desert, and in the beginning of this film he's just wandering around in the desert and things like that. But in here, in this movie, he's out there still looking for Michael A. Baldwin and trying to get away from the tall man and his little orbs and things like that. But yet this movie kind of goes back and forth. It kind of goes into back from one dimension to another, and I was getting kind of confused on what was real and what was not. You know what I mean? Because in one dimension, Reggie Bannister has like dark hair, darker dyed hair, kicking tall man's ass, with a gun, doing his Reggie Bannister kick ass thing, and then in the other side of the spectrum, we have Reggie Bannister looking really super old with gray hair in an old folks home, kind of thing, and trying to make us think that he's just crazy and out of his mind. All the stories that he's saying about this tall man and all this kind of stuff, all the stuff that's happened in the previous films was all just in his mind because he's old and he's getting crazy now. And it's just one of those things that it goes back and forth and it makes you go, wait, what's real? Which one's real here? And I don't know. I thought this movie was still a lot of fun. It took like a decade and a half or more for it to get made and everything like that. But I thought Angus Scrimmon here was cool. Boy, of course, you get his famous line in this film. I met him a couple of times. Sad to say, he passed away a year or two ago. I always liked the man. He was actually a really, really nice man. Reggie Bannister is actually a really nice guy also. I interviewed him a long ass time ago on my YouTube channel here. But if you're a fan of the Phantasm franchise, I think you guys will like it. It's not the best one in the franchise, but it's not, bad by any means. Like, it's still a fun movie, but it's just one of those ones I was hoping for a lot more or something. I don't know. Like, I was just expecting a lot more awesomeness to it. But on this Blu-ray, you get audio commentary track by Don Coscarelli, some behind-the-scenes featurettes, deleted scenes, a trailer, bloopers, and outtakes. So, if you like Phantasm, just want to let you guys all know, Ravager's out, which you probably already do because it's been out for a while now. But last up but not least over here from HBO is the complete second season of Ballers here on Blu-ray, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. In this TV show, Dwayne Johnson plays an ex-football player turned agent, for the up and coming football players of the day, and it's just pretty much him, doing his agent thing. He's kind of like Jerry Maguire in a way, because in the movie Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise is a sports agent trying to make money by managing different talent and things, and it's kind of like a TV show, kind of like the movie Jerry Maguire in a way, but starring The Rock instead of Tom Cruise. And it's just a really kind of a fun TV show because, of course, some of the people that he manages kind of like don't listen to him. They go over the top with saying stupid stuff on Twitter and like doing stupid stuff in front of like news cameras and different things. And he's just having to deal with all that kind of stuff. And of course, season 2 picks up where season 1 left off, and it's just him, The Rock, trying to figure out what the hell are these guys doing, kind of thing. But if you're a fan of the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I think you guys will get a kick out of this show. I have season 1 already. I only watched a handful of episodes of season 2 so far. I'm not gonna lie, but like it is a fun, fast-paced show that kind of has the same sort of vibe a little bit of like Entourage, but with football and like sports mixed into it. You know what I mean? It kind of has that kind of flowing vibe to it. But if you're a fan of The Rock, I think you guys might get a kick out of Ballers, the complete second season over here. But guys, that's all I have to show and talk to you guys about today for this Blu-ray DVD update. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.